In today's video, we're going to be playing a roll-upping game of Who's to Blame? Just how are we going to do it? Well, stay tuned! Greetings fellow Vita fans, this is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And be sure to share your thoughts and opinions on this topic down in the comments section. I say exciting video, but I guess it's sort of half an exciting video depending on how the way you look at the title, or something like that. So we had some surprises this week, both good and bad, regarding the PS Vita store, which really surprised me because I thought at this point we were kind of just left up to, well, the whole situation is what it is. But there have been some new developments that have occurred with the PS Vita store that I thought were important enough to discuss with you all. This involves both good news and bad news, and as PS Vita 2 AM tradition dictates, we shall start off with the bad news. And believe it or not, here's something you may not be expecting. It has nothing to do at all with Sony. Well, I suppose it kinda sorta does depending on your perspective on it, but we'll get to that in a bit. Psst. It has something to do with who's to blame. I mean, we're at the point where we have to blame somebody. So if you've been with the channel since last year, you may remember a topic I had discussed regarding the Pegi system. Now, just what in the world is a Pegi system? It's essentially the rating board over in Europe, or at least certain parts of Europe anyway. Now, what just happened, you may ask? Well, since it has been a while since I have discussed it, here it is in a nutshell. Pegi over in Europe was raising their fees for the PS Vita, meaning the devs had to pay more money in order to get their games on the PS Vita store just in general because of this. Yep, it's like the old saying says, can't make the scene without the green. Sony at the time, though, did in fact switch over the rating system for the PS4 to a free system where they wouldn't really have to pay much of anything. But as expected, of course, with the PS Vita, they left it with the old rating system. Now, whether or not this was intentional or not is still up for debate, but I'm pretty sure we all know what it is. But this definitely wasn't good news for developers on the Vita. And I know some people who are my North American brothers here might be thinking to themselves, well, okay, I mean, if that's over in Europe, but they can still release it in North America, right? That is true, but the fact that it's becoming so expensive to get PS Vita games on the PS Vita store over in Europe was discouraging a lot of developers and publishers out there of even bothering with the Vita at all. And this is because, well, less regions means less money and less, well, money. Some of you out there may recall a company called Rodaleka Games who were pumping out new PS Vita games almost on the weekly back in the day. But the reason why you don't hear from them anymore is because of the high prices to get their games rated by Pegi, and at that point they just figured it wasn't really worth to bring out more games on the PS Vita, which is why they bowed out of the system. So who exactly is to blame here, Sony or Pegi? So this was quite the big deal. Now, sometime after that, Pegi did tell the developers and publishers out there that they would be raising the fees, but would be giving them a little bit of a discount as long as they qualified at being an indie developer, only making so much money. Basically, you're a budget developer. And that was pretty much that for a while now. And we were just assuming that the devs that were willing still to work with the Pegi system would do so because, well, it wasn't quite as expensive, but it was at least better than it was before. As stated, can't make the scene without the green. And I can't remember what the price was exactly, but suffice to say it was a lot for an indie developer. Let's rewind forward to the present time here now, and it looks like things haven't actually changed as much as we thought it did. I'm sure you'll take that as nothing but a good sign of things to come. Who does this come from though? None other than the developers of Color Slayer and Dreamlands. Yeah, this is already like the third video where I talk about these devs. They really are about the 411 lately, and the 411 lately usually ends up being not good. But this is what they recently posted, and it was kind of disturbing. Had not noticed that Pegi increased the fees. For the Dreamlands and Color Slayer games, we had only had to pay 450 euros per platform, and now we have to pay 450 euros to get the game reviewed and 1,000 euros to get the PS Vita rating. So it would seem that Pegi is up to their old tricks again, and they went into either further detail with this. 1,450 euros equals 1,767 US dollars. Approximately. Thank you so much for explaining this to us because I'm just terrible at math. And even showed here the bill for their game. And the people who saw this tweet by them were super shocked, and I really can't say I don't blame them. I mean, considering that Pegi told the developers and publishers that they would be lowering the cost so long as they applied for being an indie dev, by that point I guess being sort of a budget developer, that they able to get a little bit of a discount. Well, that certainly didn't last long now, did it? Honestly, what is it about the PS Vita community? We're just like one big giant target to a lot of these people and corporations as of late. And what worries me the most is what this individual said in the comment section of that Twitter post. Are they called comments? I don't know. It's no wonder indie devs are finding it easier just to pull their games from the stores. And that's really what's kind of worrying me now. Could this be the reason why we've been seeing a lot of games get delisted on the PS Vita as of recent? I mean, yeah, there was sure the whole Sony situation of them closing the store, but it does make me wonder, could Pegi have something to do with this as well? And now for our roll-upping game of who's to blame. What do you guys think? Is it Sony's fault, or is it the Pegi rating board system's fault? Or heck, let's just say it could even be both. We've always been an equal opportunist here on this channel. Hooray? I hope this doesn't cause some sort of snowball effect that the devs and publishers out there just figure, it's not even worth keeping the game up on the PS Vita store anymore. Because if that happens, it may want to make Sony close the store more sooner rather than later. And that would be no bueno. Okay, so this was the bad news part of the video. What's the good news though? Well, just a few days after this post went live, Sometimes You, yeah, here they come to the rescue again, said that they finally had the SIEE region sales up for the PS Vita and they're live right now. This was a big deal to a lot of people because there were many in the comment section wondering, when are we going to be able to get these sales? And Sometimes You has done it, or at least for the most part anyway. This is what their Twitter post had to say. Hey Vita Island, our PS Vita sale finally started in the SIEE region. Unfortunately, not all games have received a discount yet. You could see a full list of games which now cost 99 cents on the image. Hopefully the rest of the games will be joining the sale soon as well. Hashtag Vita Island 2020. I just added the island. You gotta have the island. And they went into further detail by this user asking them how long will the sale be available? And Sometimes You replied, that's a secret for now, but it won't end in the next couple of weeks for sure. Oh man, I just love this company more and more every day. I think I'm gonna stalk them in real life. And for those of you guys who live in North America, they have already stated, of course, that the same sale is already live in NA. So this is definitely great news. While we're not really getting a whole lot of sales as of recent, the times that we actually do see the sales, it just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And that will cover both the good and bad news I had this week regarding the PS Vita store. But guys, I would love to hear from you. What did you think about this news? Make sure to tell me down in the comments section. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous people who help make this content possible, including Robert Sylvester, Michael O'Connor, Ricardo Martinez, Colossus, Crazy Cat, Jamie, Hector Gonzalez, Kayonko, Burrs and Mystery, Juan M. Hermosillo, Eric DeWitt, Tasha Monty, Mozgus, Matt Hargett, Dr. Super Artie, Romp King, Donut Belly, Nintendo Switch at 2 a.m. I love you guys. Azumara, 1488 Dental, Sakib Alam, Smug Wolf, Makis Blob, B Mystery, Matt Fox, Reiko Star, Neil Rarashi, Milk Sama, Bushin Ryu Cat, Ellen Iwazu, Shin Snake, Joseph Raismick, Frayden, Zacrito, Robert Johnson, Larry Anderson, Rodrigo Vera, Skulshur Tugel TCG, David Ray, Wendy K, Adam Thury, Aaron Swanson, H-Shitter, Jale, Heston Joseph, Per Sterner, Laurie Sweeney, Kevin Enright, E-Rock, JR, Jared Haddo, Richard Cruz, PS Vita S, Joshua Williams, Kyle Brooks, Adam Sondy, Clayton Merlarkey, Saul Ramirez, Hemdall Imbert, Gutter Drums, Phantom XRF, BMF, and Hero Acer. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and seeing your name on this end screen here, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. Likes and shares can help equally as much.